Hello and welcome to this quick video review of this, which is an LED moving head which has 7 10-watt RGBW CREE LEDs.
Now then, we'll have a quick look at the unit itself. So currently this is suspended upside down from some truss. So what you're going to see here is upside down, obviously. So on the front of the unit there is a 4-aspect LCD display, a mode button, up button, down button and an enter button. And then as we work our way down to the head itself, we can see the 7 10-watt RGBW LEDs. On the back of the unit there is a 3-pin DMX in, DMX out, and then of course a standard 3-pin IEC power in. And then once again, as we work our way down to the back this time of the moving head unit, there is a nice fan there just to keep the LEDs cool. Now then, on the base of the unit, or on the top if you're suspending it from truss like I am, there is another fan there to keep all the electronic components cool inside the sort of processing area, which is the bottom of the unit. And then there are 4 nice rubber feet, so if you did want to rest this on the floor, rest it on top of something, then it's perfect for that. And then of course there is a supplied Omega bracket there, which is what I'm currently suspending it from. Now then, the Omega bracket that came with mine, some of them were too small, some of them were too big. I've actually got 4 of these units, but it's nothing that a hammer and a vice did not sort out. Now then, there's no fancy packaging, it doesn't come in a fancy box or anything, you just get a plain cardboard box when it comes. I mean, it is well packaged, there's plenty of polystyrene to keep them protected. And then all you get in the unit is the a IEC lead, and then of course the compulsory horrendous Chinese description manual, which is, well, it makes for some very interesting reading, but it's a very simple fixture to work out. So what we'll do is we shall power it up. So on power up, this screen illuminates and then the motors themselves all realign so that the light knows where it is. Sometimes the fans are a little bit loud when it's starting up, however I've not had any problems with this, as after about 10 seconds, once they've got up and running, they quieten down. The fans themselves, they're not silent, but I mean, I do some very big gigs when I'm using these, so once again, it really does not bother me at all. As you can see, the screen on the top has died out, so that's on a nice timer there, so that's not going to be illuminated all the way through. So we'll have a quick look through the settings which it can offer. Now, and you'll have to bear with me as I'm holding the camera upside down so you can get a better view. So we'll work our way through. So D is address, and mine is set to 38 for my controller. So if we press that again, that'll take us there, which is master fast. If we work our way up using the up and down on here, master fast, that's sound active. I believe that's sound active again. That's the slave mode there, so if you have it in DMX master slave, that's the setting you want it up there. And then that's the master slow show. So these are all the self programs for it to run through on its own. So the next one is to reverse the pan. So by using this, you can either use the up and down, as you can see, to engage or disengage that. Next one is the same again, but for the tilt. And then honestly, I'm not sure what that is. That is whether you want it in 13-channel DMX mode, 5-channel DMX mode, or 7-channel, I believe, on this particular fixture. So that's quite nice. If you don't need all of the channels, then that can really save you some time. And then once again, I'm not actually sure what this one does, so it's a bit awkward. And then I think, oh, that's the tilt limit, sorry, the pan and tilt limit, there we go. I knew what it meant really. And that's the reset, so that's to reset it. Once you've booted it up, if it starts playing up, then you can just hit that and it will reset the board inside of it. And then LAT is to load your configuration, and then once again we are back to the DMX address. Now then, I've set one of the units onto sound active and the other onto slave, just to show you what they can do. So as you can see, these are incredibly bright units, they really are, I must say. So I'll just give you a quick overview of my positives and negatives. So the first positive, fantastically bright units, great colours, very fast as well, very smooth when you want it to work slowly through DMX. I mean, they really do exactly what I need them to do, which is great. I mean, 2 of these look great together, 4 of these look great together, so you can get as many as you want. Negatives, as you can probably see, it does strobe in this setting when it works through its own systems like that then. So that can be a real pain in the neck, especially if you're wanting this to do the slow show. on its own configuration, as it strobes on that as well. So that means for me, like, I can't put this on, I can't use these at kids' parties, for example, because I just wouldn't be able to trust them on an automatic setting. I don't bother with DMX for kids' parties for obvious reasons. So what I'll do is I shall kick some smoke out, and then you can see what it looks like with some fog, and then I'll probably stick some clips on of some gig logs I've done, or some gigs, so you can actually see these in action. That's my overview for you of my mini moving head washers there. So like I say, it's fantastic, very bright. I mean, I do some pretty big venues now, so these really do fit the bill, especially when I've got 4 of them. It can create some fantastic effects and some fantastic lighting shows. So, don't know, maybe if you want some, I'd definitely recommend them. But just a couple of things to note. Do be aware that these are Chinese units, so the components aren't going to be great quality. I mean, the build quality is pretty solid, to be fair, but stuff like the IEC lead that comes in the box with them, you're going to want to get rid of that. You're going to want to get some proper ones, because I've tested them myself with a small pack tester and they've failed, which is very common for Chinese leads, not brilliant. But yeah, like I said, overall fantastic, very good, very flexible, especially with the DMX. So if you've got any questions or anything like that, please leave them in the comments below. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Sorry there's not been a massive amount of videos of late, but I've been absolutely jam-packed. My diary is absolutely full, so I might try and get some this week, a gig log in this week, but I can't promise anything. So once again, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it.